I believe that God wanted me to remind somebody today, you don't need their approval. Have you noticed that every time you try to take 2 steps forward, the enemy reminds you of a situation that happened or something that happened in that past relationship or friendship or situation? And so then you begin to look back, and then you start rehearsing it over and over in your mind, and then you forget about moving forward, and then you think about things that you should have done and could have said. You don't need their approval. If you needed their approval, then they would still be in your life. The only approval you need is God's approval. Galatians 1 and 10 says, am I now seeking the approval of men or God? God needs you to press forward. He doesn't need you going forward and still holding on to what's behind you. You can't do both at the same time. You don't need their approval. God has already approved of you. And I believe he sent me here to remind you, you don't need their approval. They are making you think they need your approval. They are trying to make you feel bad, trying to keep condemnation on you, making you think that if they leave your life is over and you're never going to amount to nothing. But the devil is a liar. It says in 2 Timothy 2 and 15, do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who has no need to be ashamed, rightfully handling the word of truth. God has already approved of you. He approved of you before the foundation of the world. He knew you will make mistakes. You come to him and repented. So now it's time to go forward. The same people that started with you are not going to be the same people that ended with you. If that person walked out, God can bring somebody new in. You do not need their approval. If you can just get a revelation of that, the only approval you need is God's approval. And I believe God wanted me to tell you today, stamp approved. You don't need to worry about them anymore. You don't need to worry about why they're not accepting you. You will make it. You will overcome. You will prosper. The devil is a liar. Anything not lining up with the word of God is a lie. You got to change the way you think. And the only way to change the way you think is according to Romans 12 and 2. We have to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. You have to renew your mind to thinking that you need their approval, that you're not going to make it without them. You are going to make it. You're making it. You're here looking at this video. You do not need their approval. God has already approved of you. Stamp approved.